Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning, good afternoon, wherever it is you call home. Here in the northern Gulf of America, it is morning. It's 10 a.m. in Louisiana, 10 a.m. in New Orleans, southern Louisiana in particular. We've been following this system, potential system, for several days, and guess what? It's here now. And looking at some of the staggering rainfall totals. Luckily, these are offshore, but this is the personality of the storm system that's been brewing now for several days. The National Hurricane Center has been talking about it. And the chances of this thing becoming a full-fledged hurricane really were low, but it's the moisture is the problem. And we're going to be watching this system. Good morning, guys. Hey, what's up? Thanks for joining. Anybody down here in the area? David, Victoria. Victoria's in southern Ohio. Larry's in Alberta. Vietnam. Rick, good morning, guys. Good morning, Patty. Mandeville's close. Angela Nell. Angela, you guys could see some rain at some point today. The stories that I'm seeing, people are preparing. They've offered sandbags to people, millions along the coast, brace for severe flooding. This is going to be an all-day event. The satellite presentation for this system, as we anticipated, if it didn't become a full-fledged, at least tropical storm, I didn't think it would be a hurricane. It's unorganized, but the pockets of moisture are, again, unbelievable. Look at this right here. That is no joke. Luckily, that's not on land, but it could move on land as the day progresses. What we got going on here? I'm sorry, these spam calls are driving me loco. That one we liked, though. That one wasn't a spam call. But yeah, this is going to go on all day long. And what we're going to do, here's what we're going to do in this live stream. We're going to follow, here's the National Hurricane Center forecast. They're talking about the area here that we're looking at, possibly dealing with very heavy flooding. Heavy rainfall could produce localized flash flooding over portions of north central, over the portions of north central Gulf Coast through Friday. This is going to be a long duration event, quite possibly 2 days or at least a day and a half. I've been following cameras over here, anywhere I can find a camera. I've been following cameras here, and we're going to follow cameras all the way through the morning as this thing materializes and grows even stronger and gets closer and closer to land. We're going to watch the river gauges you can see down here in southern Louisiana, this area highlighted in, well, there's 2 shades of green. Let me get my handy dandy zoomer. I like my zoomer. There it is. The darker, well, whatever color of green you want to call that. This area right here is under a flood. Well, they got this flood advisory until 10:45 a.m. And then the area of this different shade of green, flood watch until 7 p.m. tonight. But here's the thing. This moisture is definitely not going to be limited to New Orleans. It's going to go over into Florida, Florida Panhandle, even the west coast of Florida. Southern Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, of course, and then even over into East Texas. This is going to be a large-scale event once it gets going. Like right now, it is 10 o'clock in Louisiana. Here in the next hour or two, we're going to see a big change in the water precipitation coming down in Louisiana. Here's a live look in southern Louisiana, LA1 at Leeville. And when I started watching this, I don't know, maybe about an hour ago, the water over here along the side of the road was basically non-existent. So you can see the water starting to accumulate a little bit on the side of the roads, but this is just now starting. Why is that doing that? I don't know. But yeah, this is just now starting, so we're going to be following cameras around down in southern Louisiana, southern Texas, wherever we need to go to follow the potential flooding. We don't want people getting caught off guard. And this could go south real quick if those pockets of very heavy rain, those 3-inch hour or 3-inch per hour rainfall totals. That is no joke. That's what happened in Texas. Got 3-inch rainfall totals per hour, 2-inch between 2 and 3, and it caused drastic flooding. We don't want that again. We don't ever want to see that again. But unfortunately, it could happen again. And if it does, we just got to be ready for it. That's all. At least be prepared. Again, this is down in the southern Louisiana area, US 90 at LA 24. You can see the rain starting to pile up. We're going to follow these cameras around all over. This is where we're at, down in southern Louisiana, where the rain right now is the heaviest. You can see the storm didn't get fully organized as it didn't have enough time. But the moisture's there, the energy's still there. So this is going to turn into a very wet event. We're going to watch these rivers real close just in case something happens. We're bouncing around from camera to camera. Right now we're down in the Bayou Cane area, Huma. Let's see if we can find something here in the Weeks Marine. Let's show this video and see what we got. There we go. You start to see some water piling up in the yard over there. LA 24 at LA 3087. It's all good. Bouncing around in the southern Louisiana area. What else we got here? There's another one. That's the one we were just at. Here's another one. Let's go big or go small or go home, right? It's all good. We'll find other ones if they don't want to play. We'll go here. Here comes the rain. We've been talking about the possibility of this rain for several days. Thankfully, it didn't turn into a full-fledged hurricane. We were hoping it wouldn't, and it didn't. Dexter is just going to have to wait. Dexter is going to have to wait. Oh, here's the camera we were at earlier. Yeah, same one. LA1 at Leeville. This is a 24-hour loop, and as you can see earlier, yeah, there wasn't much water over there. It just now is starting to accumulate over here along the left side of the highway. I don't know which direction we're going here, north or south. I think that is I think the camera's looking to the north. So this would be the west side of the road. But yeah, pretty dry a couple hours ago. So the water's starting to accumulate. And here we go. Here we go. Millions are preparing, and they're talking about from Houston all the way over to Florida. And then, of course, you know, everywhere in between. This is going to be one of those weird events where the rain is going to show up very quickly and very dramatically in pockets all through the Gulf states. It's going to be a very interesting day, the next 24 hours. We saw it as we were doing a live stream a couple of days ago, 3 days ago, where 8 to 9 inches of rain fell in Plant City, Arizona, or Plant City, Florida, in just a matter of 2.5 hours. Unbelievable pocket of rain. And it's just going to be a wet summer, guys. It's going to be a very wet summer. This is just the beginning. Glad this wasn't a full-fledged hurricane. But I do believe it's going to bring a lot of rain in places. We saw that one system just off the southern coast of Louisiana cranking out 9 inches of rain in a 3-hour period. That's a strong 3-inch per hour rate. That will cause drastic flash flooding. So this storm has the potential to do that. Oh, absolutely it does. And more than likely it will. It's just a question of where. That's the thing. Nobody knows where. This thing's a bit of an enigma. You know what I mean? It's been traveling across the northern portion of Florida, across the Gulf, and it's gotten out into the Gulf. And it's tried to get organized. And I think the rain that dropped in Plant City is associated with this system right here. This system right here, I believe, brought the rain, the 8 and 9 inch rainfall totals. So it's going to do it here. It's just a matter of where. And when it does, things could go south real quick, depending on where this very heavy rain falls. Let's see here. What else do I have? Oh yeah, this is where it's happening right now. Again, you can see the massive rain right now is currently offshore. Here in about an hour, hour and a half, moving in closer. And then that would be my time. Here in just about 3 hours, there you go. You're going to see the 3-inch rainfall rates. It is going to bring it inland right there. So if you're south and east of Lafayette, even in the Baton Rouge area, looks like they're going to see almost 3 inches per, yeah. Oh, wow, there you go. 3-inch per hour rainfall rates in Baton Rouge. Whoa, and see how it's spreading out over into not only from South Central New Orleans or South Central Louisiana, but all the way over into the Florida Panhandle, Southern Alabama, Southern Mississippi. It's going to cover a wide area. It's going to be a long duration event. So just a big heads up, guys. We're trying to do our best with what we have to work with to follow this system the very best that we can. Let's see if we can find some more cameras down here that want to work. Here we go. Let's just see what's up. Sometimes they'll stay on for an extended period of time, and then sometimes they'll stay on for about 5 seconds. You just never know. Watching the rainfall here in southern Louisiana. Don't see any high winds, which I'm not surprised. This isn't a, well, now that I've mentioned it, the camera starts bouncing. So it is getting a little windy in places. Anybody in southern Louisiana? Florida Panhandle could see some heavy rains. Good morning, guys. Good afternoon. Those of you on the other side of the planet, we're watching a storm system that could potentially affect a lot of people. And we've had some significant flooding events over here in the States, and we just don't want to see any more. I mean, if we can help somebody, that's great. That's why we do this. We don't want to see these drastic flash flooding events. Now, this system here doesn't seem to want to cooperate, and that's okay. We'll go over here to this one here. That one's not online. Need to get the cameras updated, guys. Not much good to anybody if they don't work, are they? You can see water starting to accumulate here. This is LA 24 at Hollywood. Getting wet down in here. This would be an area that if those 3-inch per hour rates fell, you could tell the ground is already very saturated here, and the water would pile up real quick, overwhelming the streets and communities in this area. You can see it's raining rather hard here. Where are we at? LA 3048 at LA 24. This is in southern Louisiana. You can tell by looking at the camera, it's raining pretty good, but it hasn't started yet. The strong rain is inland. We're just early. We are a little bit early. The rain is coming though, guys. This is all going to be more than likely very, very soaked here in the next couple of hours. Probably be water standing on the roads. We'll just see how the storm drains and water management systems hold up. Even though this isn't an organized storm system like a full-fledged hurricane, doesn't really matter. The moisture is still there. Yes, it's still there. The moisture's coming. Definitely coming. So people have been sandbagging. They didn't necessarily have to get ready for wind because it wasn't a hurricane, thankfully. But Dexter is on deck. He will be the next named hurricane whenever it occurs. And honestly, looking at the 5-day forecast, I haven't seen anything out there that would suggest that Dexter is around the corner anywhere. So, and we don't want to see Dexter anytime soon. That's not a problem. Let's see what we got going on here. Guys, just bouncing around southern Louisiana till we find a good feed that shows us what's happening. See how long this one's last. LA 659 at LA 3087. And this is real time, 7/17 of 2025. We'll find one of the states on, don't you worry. Where are we at? Where are we at here? This is where we're at. Down here near Raceland, Gray, Huma. I think there was a camera. Oh yeah, there is. Let's check it out. We're way down. Oh yeah. This is where the rain is primarily. Yeah, water's starting to pile up down here. See it over here in the ditches, over here in the parking lots. This is LA1 at Leeville. Not super windy, not surprised. You can see this house over here on stilts. It should be. Yeah, it's on stilts. Anybody down here in this area? What's up, guys? Anybody in the Louisiana area? Southern Louisiana. A420 all day. I know, Dexter. I know you're thinking of the movie Dexter, right? You know, I never could watch that movie. I saw it. Never did watch it though. It's a little too not my style. But I know what you're talking about. You never know what name's going to come up for a hurricane. They have the list. I have the list, in fact, over here, all the way through 2030, unless a major storm name gets retired, and then they'll take that name off of the list. So it happens. There's several names that are retired. Obviously, Katrina, Michael, Irma, Laura. I believe Andrew is retired. Good morning, guys. This camera here is it's a good feed. It's down in southern Louisiana. This will give us a good perspective when that heavy rain makes its push inward. And we'll see how the water management systems hold up down here. But I can tell by looking around, obviously we're in a swamp area. I get that. But you can see the parking lot over here is already flooded. You can see the side of the road over here, both sides of the road flooded. So it won't take long for that water, once it does start raining real hard, to overwhelm this main road here, LA1. Right now it's looking pretty good, but this could go downhill real quick. That system is just sitting off the coast, moving very, very slowly. If it sits over land as much as it's sitting off the coast, then the rain's going to pile up here very, very fast. I've heard some people have kind of just got out of the way, which was probably a smart move, you know, if you're not wanting to deal with floodwaters, potential floodwaters. Not a bad idea at all. I'm in Louisiana, Karen Crow by Lafayette, overcast here. Yeah, Lafayette's a little farther north, but it'll be coming your way. In fact, it is coming your way. So be prepared. They're talking about here in a few hours, you guys could see some very heavy downpours, Kimberly. Very heavy downpours, tall rates at over 3 inches per hour in some areas, just for a brief period of time, but that's still going to cause the water to pile up real quick. And that could cause things to go south real fast. This camera's pretty good, and it's in a good location, so this gives us a really good perspective. Literally, the rain is just sitting off the coast right here. It's moving into this area. Once it moves north, it's moving north and northwest, west-northwest. Once it moves up into this specific area right here, we'll see how heavy the rainfall comes down. This is an ideal perspective. This really is. We are in deep southern Louisiana, and the massive storms, the storm cells, there's clusters of cells that are reaching incredible heights, over 50,000 feet, just hanging around out there in the northern Gulf, waiting to move inland, and they are moving inland. So be ready. It's coming. It's definitely coming. Lafayette, all the way over to Florida in spots. It's going to be heavy downpours in places, not just one specific area. Heavy downpours from East Texas to West Florida. So this is a great perspective right here. We could possibly see this road become a river. You never know. Stranger things have happened, like the 8 and 9 inches of rain that fell unexpectedly in Plant City, Florida. And we were doing a live stream when it happened. Yeah. I mean, I was stunned. I was reading some of the local reports that were submitted by citizens that submitted the reports, and two different people submitted reports from Plant City. One person submitted a report of 8.76 inches, and another person submitted a report of 9.2 or 9.3 on their own personal, like those little weather stations you have. My friend Darren up in Abbotsford, British Columbia, who submits UV readings to me all summer long. He has one of those weather stations that tells you, the wind direction, the wind speed, barometric pressure, and all those things. They're pretty cool, They also have a rain gauge on them. So both of those rain gauges were almost maxed out. That was shocking. And that came from this system. So it can do it again. Absolutely, it can do it again. Especially now that the system's moved out over the warm waters in the northern Gulf of, I know, America. It could potentially do even more because it's had a chance to gain more moisture from that warm water out in the Gulf. Our Gulf is known for the warm water and moisture. It's what creates all the humidity in southern Mississippi and Louisiana. The humidity is just incredible. Been to Louisiana a time or two, went down there to hang out, and the humidity was pretty intense. And I lived in Florida for a few years, and the humidity is very, it's subtropical climate, so it's going to be humid. Yeah, super humid. We are in right now southern Louisiana. We are just miles away from a massive storm system. It's a big old thunderstorm sitting off the coast, waiting to come inland. And if it does come inland, and it will, it's going to go right over this area. And you can already see water standing. So we're going to watch this area here as long as we can. This is one of the better cameras, and it's in the exact location we want to be. Imagine that. Imagine that. That worked out good. Hopefully it works out great for everybody in the area. Hopefully the flooding's not too bad. But if it's any indication like what we saw over in Florida a couple days ago, yeah, if they see 8-9 inches of rain in a real short period of time, that's not a good scenario. And the numbers off the coast have been showing that it could do that. It has the potential to do that. 9 inches is what it was showing in 3 hours. That's 3 inches per hour. Okay. Traffic's moving good. That's a good sign. Roads aren't flooded out yet, but they very well could be. And more than likely will be by the time the day's over. This is supposed to go on all day long. There we go. I had to update this computer over here this morning, and I just had to restart it. Okay. Good Lord. There's the Dropbox. Got some cool stuff in the Dropbox. Is this still hooked up? No, let's hook it up. You ready? While we're waiting on the rain, here we go. I'm going to show you guys something that this was just sent in. I haven't even been in the Dropbox yet. We'll do it now. How about that? Wait a minute. Did it hook up? Oh, it did. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah. Okay. Look at this. See that strange radar loop? Let's make it bigger. I'm not sure where that's at. I'll share it with you in the next video. That just came in the Dropbox less than a couple hours ago. This is another area. We're still in the deep south, and this is in southern Louisiana, LA1 at Leeville. Waiting on the rain. People seem to be doing good with their travels. That's cool. Let's see if we can. There we go. There's a vent of sky behind me, if you can even see it. This is an excellent spot to keep an eye on this storm because the rain, as you can see on the screen behind me, right there's where it's sitting, and it's getting ready to move inland any second, or any minute, I should say. Yeah, it's coming, guys. So be ready. There, people have been sandbagging that are down in the deep south here, in the deep part of southern Louisiana. It's, I guess, obviously, as we've said before, it's better to be prepared and not need it than to not prepare and need it. That's an old saying that's, you know, very true. Here's a look at, I'll show you guys a vent to sky. Here's where it comes in at 11 a.m. So less than 30 minutes. Less than 30 minutes is what it's showing, guys. When this camera stops working, we'll go to vent to sky and I'll give you guys an update. It just updated. Actually, I have a couple of places that have just updated. So this moisture is getting ready to move inland. So it's fixing to get real wet. So be ready. I just put the star family member like Milton Ray Williams. Good morning, family. Milton Ray is a star family member. He is a blue star family member. If you guys want to be a star family member, click on the link and welcome to the family. Okay, what we got going on here? Okay, the camera's still working. This is good. This is an excellent perspective because once the rain does move inland and it starts these torrential downpours, this is going to be one of the first areas that's impacted. So, vented sky behind me. Let me see if I can zoom in. I don't necessarily use the one behind me in this type of live stream for presentation purposes because I understand it's hard to see. But that's the moisture moving in. Within the next 30 minutes, this area here should start seeing some very, very heavy rain. So be ready, guys. We're just bouncing around from camera to camera. What the hell's wrong with that thing? It's never done that. See, I did an update and I knew better because this has always worked perfectly until I did the update. And I did the update. Now it doesn't want to stay connected to the monitor. Sometimes the updates are good. Sometimes the updates aren't so good. I usually am leery about the updates, but I know if you don't keep up with the updates, your software programs don't work sometimes. So I don't know. Maybe it's just a little glitch that'll work itself out. We'll see. We're at LA1 at Leeville in deep southern Louisiana, waiting on the offshore, very heavy, large pockets of rain to move inland. Once they do, it is on. This ground is already very heavily saturated. As you can see, the moisture piled up over here on the left-hand side of the road. And it can't hold any more water, as you can already tell. It's already starting to go up. So water here is going to rise. Once we see water rising here, which is really not going to be a problem. I mean, this road is engineered for water. It's obviously built above the swamplands of southern Louisiana. We're using this as an instrument to monitor the system that's moving in, because this is one of the areas that's going to be impacted first. And then once it impacts this area, then we're going to move inland and find some eyes in the sky to monitor the situation, like in Houma, and as it gets towards Lafayette. It's going to go up towards Lafayette. It may be a few hours away, but you guys could see some torrential downpours in the Lafayette area, South Baton Rouge, over into East Texas, the Florida Panhandle, in between in Mississippi and Alabama, parts of southern Mississippi and Alabama. Right now it's impossible to tell, because as you can see, if it's on, yeah, it's on right now. It's got that rotation like a classic tropical storm, so it's going to have bands and pockets of very heavy rain. So it's truly at this point anybody's guess. It's going to arrive in these areas. Nobody knows exactly where. It's not one cohesive, just wet system. It's got pockets all over the place. And those pockets are going to extend from East Texas all the way over to West Florida all day. So you may have sunny skies, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, the sky, or like you can see right there, the camera just changed color. What happened? It got real bright. Must have been cloud cover or something. But yeah, you could have heavy downpours in West Florida, and the sun be out in the Florida Panhandle. It could be like that today, or vice versa. Torrential downpours in the Florida Panhandle, and then very heavy rain down in the Tampa area. Yes, Tampa could be affected by this system. Absolutely. This system already affected Plant City, and we've been watching the river gauges. We're on the river gauges. In fact, I think I have them over here too. See, I'm gonna have to reconfigure this. Yeah, river gauges are right there. I know you can't see it that well. I'm not using this monitor for this video. I'm using this monitor here. Sometimes when I use the different format, the webcam feature, then I use this monitor for presentation, but not today, not today. I just like to have something behind me that's not just a blank TV or, a blank wall, just something moving, that's all. So we are in Leeville, deep southern Louisiana. The storm systems are hanging around right off the coast, just miles from here. What an incredible perspective. Hopefully it won't get too bad, but the chances are there, guys. Things could go south real quick. You just don't know where is the thing. So just assume it's going to rain in your area. If you're in southern Louisiana especially, just assume it's going to rain really hard today. Not necessarily right this minute. We're a little bit early. It's coming. Oh, it's coming. You can be rest assured it's coming. Exactly when? Nobody really knows. This is one of those complex systems that's wide. It's got a lot of energy, a lot of moisture. It's scattered all over the place. But it can dump real heavy amounts in a short period of time. We saw it in Plant City. I was shocked when that person made that report. A citizen weatherman made the report. Two people that don't know each other. Unbelievable. I don't know what those were on the back of that truck. They look like generators. There goes another one there. What are those? There goes another one there. What are those things? Generators or something? I don't know. We're in a good location here, guys. We can see when the rain, and we can see how heavy it's potentially going to be before it makes its way up to Lafayette and places like that. Houma, we can watch it right here. This is a bird's eye view. We'll be able to see the leading edge of this moisture as it makes landfall right here. Don't go anywhere, especially if you're in southern Louisiana, because this is going to tell the story right here. Yep, how hard it's going to rain in your area, because it's going to hit this area first. As you can see, I don't know how well you can see it right here. This is it. It's coming. It is coming. And it could be a big deal. Millions have prepared. Things could go south real quick, depending on where you're at. And right now, estimates are showing in some places 9 inches, over a very short period of time. They're predicting some areas could see between 7 and 12 inches of rain over the next 24 hours. 12 inches of rain is a lot of rain, especially like you can see this ground here is super saturated. Obviously, it's a swamp. It's going to be, right? Makes sense. But this is an excellent view of southern Louisiana. There's another truck there going after something. I don't know what he's going after. What's going on with you guys? It's coming. It's coming. Mary Manico. James, Angela, Mr. Bojangles. What's going on, guys? Good to see you here today. Hope everybody's having a good day. We're just watching the storm come in. Storms. There's going to be a lot of storms, a lot of different storms. Not one cohesive storm, a lot of smaller storms that are loaded, going to be loaded with very heavy moisture. So just be ready. I talked about this a month ago. I told you guys I got your back when it comes to these storms. And I do. I mean it. I felt so bad with the situation in Texas. I don't think anybody was anticipating that. I really don't. I got you. If I see these 3-inch rainfall hour rates that are just off the charts, I'm going to say something about it. So I got your back. Just know that. Heck yeah. No problem. I've been chasing hurricanes for 20 years. I am a hurricane hunter. This isn't a hurricane, though. This is a hybrid of some sort. It tried to become a hurricane. Couldn't. Didn't have enough time. Didn't have enough real estate to become a hurricane. But I will say conditions were favorable for moisture collection. Absolutely. That's why I've been watching this for, 5 days. I talked about this in my 5-day forecast 5 days ago. The potential for a hurricane in the northern Gulf, possibly Dexter. It did not become Dexter, but here it is. It's just some sort of weird hybrid that's loaded with moisture. And it's going to deliver. It's 1041. Where's it at? Yeah, 1041, 1042. You're looking at just minutes away from a possible arrival of one of the many waves of heavy rain that are coming inland into Louisiana, East Texas. Again, spanning all the way over throughout the course of the day. This is going to kind of expand as the afternoon heating kicks in, and it's going to create more storms all the way over into Florida. So Florida's going to see moisture from this again. Already saw 8 to 9 inches in the Plant City area. That's right in the middle of Central Florida, near Lakeland. Just an incredible deluge, and we watched it on our live stream. Yeah. So here's another storm. The 5-day forecast, not showing anything with regard to possible named storms. I won't go any farther than 5 because 5's pushing it, because weather can and will change. Weather forecasts always do a little bit, So I'm confident with 5 with the sources that I have. And I cross-reference all my sources. And here we go again. That thing just went offline again. What are you doing over here? I'm going to undo that update. That's what I'm going to do. That's just smart TV. I don't even watch it. I use it for a monitor. What's going on, guys? Anybody in Louisiana? Anybody in East Texas? Donnie D, today's your hubby's birthday. Well, happy birthday to your husband. Happy birthday. Hey, Michael, this is William again. You remember Katrina? I watched you. Yeah. Tracks Katrina. Wow. Levee broke. What an unbelievable disaster. And yes, that storm name is retired. Will never be used again. Yep. I'm in South Louisiana, south of New Orleans. Oh, thanks, DP007. Thanks for sharing that with us. Is it raining yet? Doing anything? Probably not in your area just yet, but it will. It's going to rain. It's coming. Absolutely, it's coming. We're just watching this webcam down here in deep southern Louisiana. I believe it says LA1 at Leeville. This is where the rain's going to arrive first and then come into the New Orleans area, Lafayette area, East Texas, over into Mississippi. And then as the afternoon heating kicks in, it's going to expand. It's going to reach over into Florida. It's going to rain a lot. In scattered locations, not in one specific area like we can, like we've seen in years past. This isn't that type of storm. This is a southeast of Boca Raton. I'm thinking of Florida, southeast of Baton Rouge. You can tell it's early in the morning. Southeast of Baton Rouge. Yeah, you're going to get wet in the southeast Baton Rouge area. And it was showing, and well, it's right there behind me. I'll bring it up when this camera decides to, well, that quit working too. Well, we're just having all kinds of fun in here today. I'll show you here in a minute. You are looking at possibly some heavy rain around 11 a.m. in the Baton Rouge area. Heavy rain. Not anything super off the charts like 2 to 3 inches per hour, but over 1 inch per hour. You're going to see some downpours, and it's a decent sized storm. But as long as this camera's working, I want to stay on it because this is going to be our rain gauge, so to speak. It's going to move in over this area first. Or at least it should, according to the radars that I've been watching, and they're all pretty much in agreement. I'll verify multiple sources before I'll even begin to mention a 5-day forecast. Like when I do the hurricane forecast, there goes another truck. They got some construction going on down there. I verify it with 5 different, plus my own personal, and then I verify it, cross-reference with 5 other sources of information. And if they all match, then of course I very confidently can say no hurricanes in 5 days. But I won't go farther than that. 10-day forecast, it always changes. I've seen 10-day forecasts show a category 4 forming in a specific area, and by the time that date gets here, it could be completely gone and never even existed. I've seen that. So I know better than to go 10-day. No way. Those forecasts always change. But you can get 14-day forecasts, but they're not accurate. No. They are not accurate. I don't even know why they do 14-day forecast. Starting to rain a little harder here in southern Louisiana in the Leeville area. LA1 at Leeville, 7/17 of 2025. 1040, that'd be correct, 1047 in southern Louisiana. They are 2 hours ahead of me. I'm in southeast Phoenix. And right now it is 8:47 a.m. And it is bone dry here. It doesn't rain enough. But boy, when it does rain, we love it. You know, it cleans everything off. The roads, the houses, the trees, grass, shrubs, everything gets nice and clean. Yeah, love it. Just don't get enough of it. But I do think we're going to have a wet monsoon season here in Arizona. I really do. So we'll have to wait and see. Okay, I'm going to remember this camera here. I want to show you guys what's up on the radar. Okay, you ready? Oh, now it doesn't want to leave. This has been working so good. Thank you there. That's a great camera. We're going to keep that one. That's in deep southern, right there. And that's where the storms are brewing. Check it out. See why I wanted to stay there? Look, right there it is. It's coming. It is coming for sure. Those storms are boiling and reaching the darker the color, the taller they are, and the more rain they produce and possibly even hail. But those are some, I call them tall boys, tall high walkers. Yeah, those are tall. So there's not a lot of wind shear there. So the conditions are favorable for the formation of a hurricane. there's just not going to be one form because of the land, the interaction with the land. Let me show you what I saw over here at Venta Sky. Baton Rouge, somebody had mentioned Baton Rouge. There you go. That is at 2 p.m. Well, it's 2 p.m. my time. So that could be noon your time. Noon your time. That's what you can possibly expect. Someone had mentioned in the chat, you're in the Baton Rouge area, and you can see Lafayette right next door. And that pocket right there, that's what I'm talking about. These pockets all over the place. See the pockets? All the way over into the Florida Panhandle. And these pockets are overachievers. Look at that. 1.9 inch south of Dothan. That's in Alabama. 2.7 inch south of Dothan. Look at that. Hold on. I just saw it. Where'd it go? There it is. 3.33 inches of rain south and east of Lafayette. So this is what we're waiting on, the arrival of, look at all these pockets. There's too many to even count. So this is a slow mover. The afternoon heating is going to cause this thing to blossom even bigger, and it's going to affect Florida, East Texas, everywhere in between. You bet it is. That's a look at Venta Sky. Here's the live satellite from the GOES 19. Been following this for several hours, and these right there, that pocket right there. Let's see if I can pause it. This one right here showed 9+ inches earlier. Luckily, that was offshore, but it showed 9 inches coming out of that storm system. That's shocking. And we're watching the rivers down here in southern Louisiana, especially, and we'll watch all the ones that we have to. We can go from Florida. We can go anywhere you want. Wherever it's raining the hardest is where we're going to be. Right now, it's in southern Louisiana. You can see the green, and they're talking about the possibility of flood advisories, flash flood watches down here in the southern part of Louisiana. That's why we're kind of sticking around with these cameras, especially right here at Leeville, because this is going to be the tail of the tape. This is going to tell us when the big storm systems push inland. So thank you, Leeville, for the eyes in the sky, right? I don't know if that's looking out over the Gulf. I don't know which direction that camera is pointed. I think it's pointed to the south. You know what, guys? I got a picture I'm going to share, not in this video because I don't have it quite ready yet. I got a picture that was sent in by a young lady of a thunderstorm in Nebraska. Just what is that? Some sort of big crane? It reminded me of when I was standing outside looking at Hurricane Charlie back in 2004, because one of the characteristics of Hurricane Charlie, as it was moving inland, the top part of it looked like hey, thanks for the super chat. It looked like I don't know, it looked like a round big shelf cloud moving in, but the top part of the shelf cloud was about the color of the green super chat you see over there. It was an emerald green with I don't know, a touch of maybe turquoise. I don't know. I'd never seen anything like it. And then somebody sends me a picture of the same type of storm system in Nebraska. I was like, wow, there's Charlie. LA 511 has live traffic cams, and French Quarter has a ton of live webcams too. I'm southeast Boca Raton, and it's on and off, but raining hard this morning. Well, thank you for the update, Rotten Dog. I appreciate that, and thank you for the super chat. Very cool. And I'll check out those cameras. Thank you. Right now, I'm just kind of watching this one in southern Louisiana. Once this one starts to show the activity increasing, then we're going to move inland. At least that's the plan. And we'll move into the French Quarter and places like that, Boca Raton. You guys could see some Boca Raton. I keep talking about Florida, Boca Raton, because I get so many pictures from Boca Raton. I have people send me pictures from Boca Raton constantly. Not constantly, but I get them from there probably 2 or 3 times a month. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge is going to see some heavy rain here in the next hour, probably hour and a half. It's going to start raining pretty heavily, and you'll probably see moments, possibly of flash flooding from the looks of this radar. But once it starts raining here, then we're going to move inland. We're going to find the cameras inland, hop on those, and follow the storm activity as it starts to move inland. Right now, there's obviously it's not a densely populated area down here, but it's a great view of the action. This is where the action is going to start. Absolutely. This has potential to bring some heavy rain in certain areas. 3-inch per hour rates, man, that's about as intense as you can get. It seriously is. That's about as intense as you can get. And most storm drainage systems can just barely keep up with that type of intense rain. They really can't. That's why there's flash flooding. That's why we saw the flash flooding the other day in New Jersey and in New York. The rain rates were just too much. They couldn't keep up, and they have big, massive storm drains in these cities, in these communities. But that type of intensity can't keep up. What's going on, guys? Piney Woods, Jeremiah 1111. What's going on, guys? Is this storm actually called Dexter S.J. Carter? No, it is not. It did not officially become even a tropical storm. It tried. It had the potential to. It never did. The northern Florida, it actually came from a weird direction. It came from the East Coast, over on the Atlantic side, and moved across Florida, dumped a bunch of rain in central Florida, and then moved out into the Gulf. So as it moved across northern Florida, it became more of a discombobulated remnant. And then it tried to reform. As you can see, there is a little bit of a center of rotation with this thing, but there was just not enough time, not enough real estate to get reorganized or even organized. It never was a named storm. So this is not Dexter, no. The next storm, whenever it will occur, which it will eventually, hasn't been named Dexter yet, but that'll be the next one. And it's not going to be in the next 5 days. That much I do know. It's like starting to rain harder here. I'm not surprised. The rain should start to come in any minute. And then we're going to move inland and find some cameras inland. There's going to be flash flooding today, guys. Yes, there is. Over a wide area. Probably be power outages here and there. I don't know. Hopefully not. Nobody ever likes the power outages. Those are not fun. A lot of big trucks coming down here. Must be a big project going on. But these are coming in empty, so they must be picking up equipment. I don't know. See something going on over there. That's they're building a bridge over there or something. Almost impossible to tell. See a big crane over there. Rain's coming, guys, and depending on where you live, there's another big rig. Man, I've seen probably 50 big rigs come in and out of here. What's going on in southern Louisiana? Depending on where you're at, you're going to see rain. If you're in the Gulf states today, at one point or another, it could be very, very heavy, could be minimal. Depends on where you're at. Depends on where you're at. Into madness. Got sandbags. Looks like it's starting to rain harder here, guys. That means the rain must be getting closer. Watching the cameras here, but those are kind of like, so this is where we're at. 2 p.m. This is my time though. So 2 p.m. my time would be noon in Louisiana. This is what's coming. It's gonna pour. It's gonna rain hard. It's coming, man. New Orleans, up in the Mandeville area, 1 to 2 inch per hour rates. Just super hardcore rain. We saw 9 inch per hour. I mean, just extremely heavy rain. This system right here. Luckily, it was offshore, or the cameras that we were just watching probably wouldn't even have been working. Who knows? But that was a strong part of this discombobulated storm system. That's, as you can see, there's a little bit of a center of rotation right there, but not much. It never got organized. And it came from over here. Came from over here and moved across the north part of Florida through the Panhandle, dumped a bunch of rain down here in Lakeland, and now it's over here fixing a bunch of bunch of rain in Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, possibly Gulfport, Biloxi, Mobile, Pensacola, south of Dothan, 2.4 inches, almost 3 in some areas at times, and this is going to go on for 24 hours. Are you serious right now? 24 hours. There's another look at the system. Very unorganized. There might be a little bit of wind shear there. That's another look. This one right here is carrying the water buckets. Boy, luckily that stayed south. And it looked like there might have been a frontal system or something caused it to drift south. Luckily it did. That was an overachiever, trust you me. That had some mega moisture in it. You bet it did. Now, if we go up a little farther, let's go up into the Baton Rouge area. Just take a look around. I don't think it's raining up here yet. Nah, it's not raining up here yet. So that's why we're watching Leeville dry, just bone dry right now. But this is subject to change real quick. So right now up in the Baton Rouge area, dry. So you can kind of track the storm and see, okay, it's not there yet. Let's go over to Mandeville. Is this Covington? Yeah, Covington. Let's just see. See, it's still dry. For now, it's coming. Trust you me. It's coming, guys. So that's why we're not hanging around up there yet, because it's not even raining there yet. We're just early. We got here early. It's starting to rain a little bit. Southern New Orleans. Very minuscule. Nothing to even be concerned about. But that's South New Orleans along the Mississippi River, which will probably take on some water today. Just depends on how much. These cameras down here in the home area didn't work too well. But let's just take a look and see. You can see, you can just follow the storm. You see it's wet the farther south you go. This is in Houma. Correct me if I'm wrong on my pronunciation, please. Here's another one in the same area. Let's check it out and see. Camera's got a glitch, right? Definitely got a glitch. We don't want that one. I don't even know if this one's online. Maybe, maybe not. Oh yeah, it is. No, it's not. You know what though? The eyes in the sky are better down here because this is where the action is going to be. Once it starts here, then you'll know up north, okay, it's coming. And it is coming, no doubt about it. So very wet system, and the afternoon heating is going to cause it to expand. And it's going to spread the moisture far and wide. far and wide, guys. 11:03 in southern Louisiana. So the bulk of the first round should be making landfall here in this area. I mean, we could see potential, like not necessarily like during a hurricane. We've followed these cameras, and the camera, you can't even see your hand in front of your face. The wind can get the rain going sideways. Obviously, that's not the case right now, and there's not much wind. But the downpours will be able to see how much rain is associated with this first wave of rain that's headed in towards Leeville and then Baton Rouge, Lafayette. It's coming. There goes another big, what are those things, generators? Maybe so. People pulling these big boxes around. They look like generators or something. Don't know. Drew S., new Star family member. Thank you, Drew. You guys want to become a Star family member? I know you do. Go ahead. Here's the link. I'll post it again. This is the link right here. I just posted it in the chat box. I've had several people ask about how do I become a Star family member. Just click on that link and become a Star family member. It's cheaper than a cup of coffee. No joke. There goes some more of those boxes. What are those things? Generators? I don't think it's anything nefarious, but there must be a big project going on down here where there's no electricity. It's the only thing I can think of, maybe. Or they're going to a place to be installed somewhere. I don't know. But this is a hurricane-prone part of the world. I wouldn't think that they would be building factories and things like that down here, but you never know. Stranger things have happened, right? See the wind starting to pick up just a little bit. I know this isn't real exciting now, but this is our rain gauge, our visual rain gauge. Once it starts raining here, then it's on, okay? And it's going to start moving to the north. There goes some more of those things. What are those things? See truck after truck after truck. Here comes a boat. Looks like a little fishing boat. Maybe a shrimp boat. Looks like the rain might be starting to pick up. It should be any minute. Once it starts here, then you guys get ready inland. But this is our rain gauge. That's why we're staying here. I know it's kind of quiet right now, but the action's coming. This is where we're going to see it first. In the meantime, while we're waiting on the rain, we can hang out in the chat. Independent, thank you for that update. I know we saw a very powerful storm move through the Lakeland, Plant City area a couple of days ago. We were actually on a live stream and saw the storm coming from the northeast, traveling to the southwest from this very system that we're waiting on. Oh my gosh, it rained hard. And it had a weird component in the center of the storm, like this S that was traveling counterclockwise, that was moving southwest too on radar. At least its radar presentation. I don't know. It was really unusual. But we're going to see a lot of unusual things like that, especially as things continue to escalate down in Antarctica with the activity in the Southern Ocean. The Southern Ocean is not literally flowing backwards. There's a disturbance in the Southern Ocean that's stirring up the carbon off the sea surface, bringing it to the surface, or sea floor, bringing it to the sea surface. And it's also creating CO2, elevated CO2 levels around the perimeter of Antarctica, the northern perimeter, and making the water warmer. So a lot of that CO2 has been on the sea floor for hundreds and hundreds of years. So bringing it to the surface, it's just going to not only stir up the local area, it could affect global weather patterns in Europe, weather patterns in obviously UK, even Australia, all over the world. All over the world, absolutely. Independent A, out of nowhere, 3 inches of rain in low-lying area flooding. I believe you, Independent A. We watched it on radar. It was unbelievable. Can you recommend a scope for me to watch on my Samsung? I'm not sure what you mean there, Kat. What type of a scope are you talking about? Does Florida still have a golf? Oh, golf. Well, there's the. I know. You guys corrected me several times. A couple of days ago, I was referring to the former Gulf of Mexico, now Gulf of America. I would call it Gulf of Mexico. Just sheer habit, guys. I know it's Gulf of America. I do. Here comes another one of those things. I don't know. Maybe they're just containers that have equipment in them for something. I don't know. Here's another one. All I know is there's a bunch of them. 11:10 in Louisiana. You guys are minutes away from a possible deluge. Oh, yeah. Calm before the storm. You're right, Carolyn. Calm before the storm. All of this is affected by weather manipulation. Red cap goblin. You know, that does happen. That's a real thing. It's 11:11 in New Orleans. It is 11:11. You're right, but the rain should arrive around noon. That's what we're talking about. We know it's not noon. There's a little fishing boat right there. It says 11:10 right there. This is a little bit off, but yeah, we got you. Oh, telescope that catches more than the eye. You know, there's some out there. Cats don't bark. There's always new ones popping up all the time. You'll just have to go to the app store and see. I haven't looked in a long time, so there's nothing I can even recommend. I haven't been there in years. Just go to the app store and see what they have to offer. There's always new ones coming up all the time, so you just have to go look and see. I'm sorry, I haven't looked in a long time. Got to be honest though, maybe they've gotten better, you know, with the advancements in technology and things, but they didn't used to be real good. Just being honest. There's the pink crown, Olivia Hodges. Thank you, Olivia. Barbara, it is now 11:11 in Leeville, Louisiana. 12:12 where I am. Red cap is along the East Coast. Here comes another box. What are these boxes? It's like a tank of some sort. In Arizona, it is 9:12. 9:12 a.m. Guys, we're just early. I know that this is not super exciting, but this is the spot that's going to tell us when and where it's going to rain. How much it's going to come, to be honest, right here. Because this area is going to get hit, take the brunt of the storm that's coming in. And I'll show you where it's at. But I like the fact that this camera is so consistent. It stays on. What a novel idea, right? It works. Yay. But here's what's up. The storm's coming in right now. This is over at Bench Sky. See where it's at? That's why I'm hanging out right here. Look at how close that is. So this is moving right into here. Any minute. So yeah, we're keeping an eye on this area because this is going to tell us how hard it's going to rain, possibly, as this moves inland. This is our eyes in the sky right here. And I'm telling you, it's close. And the thing of it is, that's something to pay attention to. This is a slow mover. All of these are slow moving systems. So the slower they move, Hurricane Harvey that stalled, remember her, there goes some more of them boxes. I don't know what they are. They're just interesting. Hurricane Harvey stalled. And one of the apps that I used, even back in 2017, told me Harvey was going to bring 50 inches of rain to Houston. And I'm like, there's no way. Yeah, it showed pink on the map that it uses. And I'm like, 50 inches, man, I've never seen 50 inches, you know, in less than 24 hours. But I trusted it. And I went with it. I'm like, okay, if you say so. It was right. It was the only one that was right. So much respect. Much respect. So yeah, the storms are coming, guys. They're just right off the coast, right where we're at right here, probably 30 miles south of here. So once they start showing up here, you're going to know what to expect up in Lafayette, Baton Rouge. They're coming. Oh yeah, totally. You'll see heavy rain. And as we move through the day and the daytime heating kicks in, and I know it's already getting warm in Louisiana, especially in Florida, the warmer it gets, the more storm activity is going to increase by the afternoon and evening hours. So it's going to rain even harder potentially this afternoon. We're just early. Yeah. So we're just a little bit early, that's all. Hanging out in the chat. That's what we do sometimes in the morning anyway. We just kind of relax. But today we had something to look at and talk about because there's flash flooding coming. Just be ready for it, that's all. It's good to see everybody here hanging out. I did an update on my laptop over here, and now for some reason it doesn't want to stay connected. So we're going to fix that. You know what I probably have to do? And I never even thought of this just till now. I probably have to reestablish my connection. So let's turn it off. Give it about 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Turn it back on. And then we're going to try to reconnect. All right, it will connect. It just won't stay. After I did the update. The beautiful updates, right? Okay, did it connect? It did connect. So we'll see how long it lasts. It's 9:17:19. We'll see how long it stays on. Used to stay on all day long until I did the update. That's okay. We'll survive. I know the heat. You know what? It's been cool out here in Arizona. In fact, I know the heat was terrible. It makes you tired and irritable. It's just summers are tough in Arizona. They really are. 97 today? I know that seems like a lot, but we're in mid-July. 99 tomorrow? What? So we've got actually a oh, there you go. Air quality alert. Yay. Come on. Not again. We had an air quality alert the other day of 500. Oh my God, it was terrible. So yeah, we're 7 degrees below average for this time of year. That's cool. I'm all about that. Air quality alert. These conditions started at 7:35 Mountain Standard Time. Okay. Probably the wildfire smoke from the Grand Canyon. Got a big old wildfire up there. What was I? Oh yeah. Guys, I know this is boring. I get it. I'm totally on board with you. I'm bored too. That's why I'm looking at this. Stick around though, because the rain's coming. It's coming. I'm just checking another source. Oh yeah, it's definitely coming. This is why we're doing what we're doing. See? It's moving on in. And this area here is going to probably see the brunt of it. Look how slow it's moving. It's almost stalled. That's not good. No wonder it's taken forever. It's practically stalled, guys. Holy mackerel, we don't want that. Tornado in Canada? Are you serious right now? That's wild. You don't see that very often. Right here in Ottawa, tornado warning. Ottawa, Ontario. Yeah. You can't make this stuff up. And it's going to be like that all summer long. You're going to see things like that. You're going to see weird weather anomalies that you've never seen before. Leeville, let's check the radar again. I just saw it on my phone. It is starting to move in, but it's practically stalled. That's why we're sitting here like, okay, come on already. Where's it at? Okay, there's one brewing there. Just missing New Orleans. And then regenerating. And that's where we saw it on the radar. So it is coming in, headed towards Baton Rouge. My God, that's slow. Okay, there's where you're even if it doesn't rain that hard, the rain's going to pile up because this is moving so slow. What in the world? Okay, we're going to come back to there. That's one of our favorite spots down there around Leeville, but it is raining. It looks like over in this area, but these cameras are just not reliable. It'll stay on for a couple of seconds. And the link has been staying on now for almost 5 minutes, so that's a record. Okay, this is a little farther north, a little farther inland. These are slow-moving storms, guys, so they're probably going to drop a lot of rain if they stay organized. Wow, they're moving slow. This camera's got a glitch. Got a glitch. What we got going on here? LA 57 at LA 661. We're just kind of bouncing around. There you go. You can see it's raining pretty hard there, but the camera lasted a whole 2 seconds. Way to go, man. That is stellar. Up here by the Super Center. What we got going on here? Another big rig. It's raining here. LA 24 Hollywood. Another stellar camera. Lasted a whopping 2 seconds. Way to go, man. You are a rock star. So what we'll do, and we'll go up by the Baton Rouge. Maybe we'll go south of Baton Rouge. It's just not raining up here yet. It's the only thing. It will be. See, it's still dry. Yeah, it's dry. The rain's not here yet, but it's coming. Traffic moving along. It's just another business as usual day, but the moisture's coming, guys. It's fixing to rain hard. That's why we're watching this area here. It's going to tell us how hard. What are they doing down there? They're working on a flotation canal. Ah, okay. Cool. Millions of years in advance of Earth humans. Revelation of gods. Thank you guys for all the super chats, and thank you for the new Star Family members. You guys rock. Just the natural cycle of Earth. You know, Earth does go through cycles. Heather, I believe that 1,000%. You know, just because we haven't seen it, you know, maybe there goes more equipment. They're doing something big down there. Yeah, Earth is definitely it goes through cycles. The ice cores have told us that. That's one thing they've learned from Antarctica and even up in Greenland and things like that. The Arctic Circle, when there was ice up there, the vast majority of it's gone. But I think the ice probably melts and refreezes. You know, it's just a cycle that everything's on cycle. It's just like we have a yearly cycle of seasons based off of the angle of the Earth, not the sun. The sun's angle doesn't change. The Earth's angle changes and the frequency changes. So it creates cycles. You're right. So right now, guys, looking pretty good. 11:25 a.m., still morning time in New Orleans, southern Louisiana. Not seeing any, what they used to call it when I was a kid growing up, gully washers. I grew up in there we go. So it lasted a whole 9 minutes. You're a rock star too. Back to the TV, huh? Okay. We're going to have to work on that because that is unacceptable. That is not okay. We're going to fix that because it worked perfectly until I did the update. So I got to fix that this morning. Let's check this other camera while we're here. These cameras are the best cameras in Louisiana. It's not raining there yet, but it's going to get wet later on, guys. In fact, I'm actually very surprised it's not raining yet. But this collection of systems are moving so incredibly slow. It's going to be an all-day event. You're going to see rain at some point. Probably not a lot of wind. I wouldn't think so, which is good. That's what usually gets the power outages going. It's that high wind. Shouldn't see a lot of high wind with this. No. It's going to be a rain event. Widespread, scattered all around the East Texas area, far East Texas area, most of South Central Louisiana, most of Southern Mississippi, a big portion, not all, of Southern Alabama, a big portion, not all, of the Florida West Coast, probably a lot of the Florida Panhandle, as you can see here. This is going to go on all day, and in the afternoon hours could progress to even stronger rainfall rates and things like that. But it's moving very, very slowly inland. I mean, we could probably watch paint dry quicker. So we'll come back on later when the storms start moving inland, but they've slowed down. Actually, when I first came on here, they were moving along at a decent clip, but you can see, wow, they're just moving, they're stalled. So we're not going to sit here and wait anymore, okay? We're just not going to sit here and wait. We're going to come back on later when there's more action. I know this is boring. I get it. I don't want to see people's homes flood, but I want to at least see some rain. We've been following this potential rain system for a while. So when it starts raining and we can give a heads up to maybe help somebody here or there, we'll do it. But right now that it's stalled, there's no reason to just sit here and keep waiting. So what I'm going to do is just take a break. In fact, I need to go get something to eat and come back on here in an hour or two. There's the Purple Crown, Rotten Dog. Thank you. You're number 1. Number 3 is Mary. You got to go have lunch. Go have lunch, Mary. I'm going to go have a late breakfast. And I may have lunch before I come back on. We'll see. But we'll come back on as the rain moves inland. Right now, most of the action is offshore. It's raining very hard offshore. Very slowly, it's crawling inland right now as I do this video. But I'm going to hop off here for now and go get something to eat. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.